When I was a kid, I thought it'd be funny to rope a female ghost and keep her as a pet. When I grew up and got tired of her trying to dump her, turned into a whole mess. I couldn't stand how ice cold she always was, so I lied and said I was into warmer girls. Next thing I know, she ends up becoming the ruler of the underworld. To get back at me for ditching her, she straight up crossed my name out of the book of life and death. That meant I couldn't die, couldn't disappear, just stuck existing forever. And she? She's sitting on her throne down in the underworld, living her best life, making sure we'd never have to see each other again. But 20 years later, my stepsister Xia Luowei found out I had a massive fortune and an endless lifespan, so she hired some Taoist master to take me out. The plan? Kill me? Send me to the underworld and steal my perfect fate slot for herself. There I was on the rooftop, bawling my eyes out, begging her not to hurt me, telling her she could have every last penny. I was scared to death because my ex had once told me point blank when I dumped her. Next time I see you, you're done. Xiaowei, we've known each other for 10 years. I've never done you dirty. Please, just let me go. Take all the money. Just let me live. I was on my knees on the concrete, slamming my head down so hard I nearly split my forehead open. But Xia Luowei just smirked and said, I don't just want your money. I want that endless lifespan of yours too. You're my brother. What's yours is mine. If you really care about me, hand it all over. With that, she gave the Taoist master beside her a look. He grabbed me by the hair and dragged me to the edge of the rooftop. This building was 52 floors tall, and they'd already set a formation down below, just waiting for me to drop. Once I was gone, they'd have everything. I wouldn't even get the chance to reincarnate. Xia Luowei had thought it all through. She wanted to make sure I couldn't come back as a vengeful ghost. When I came to, I was already a ghost. I was in the underworld, with two little soul reapers gripping me on either side. Dark fog swirled all around, and up ahead, the wailing and screaming was getting louder and louder. I'd been here before. This was the entrance to hell. I had my ex to thank for that. When we broke up back then, she'd brought me here all teary-eyed just to scare me. That time, she didn't actually throw me in. But this time, I had a feeling I was done for. I fought back and refused to move, screaming that I hadn't done anything wrong and begging them to let me go. One of them, a little soul reaper with a mustache, wasn't having it. He pulled out a barbed whip and cracked it across me. The pain shot straight through my soul. I dropped to the ground and couldn't even scream. I still wanted to take a shot at it. If my ex still had even a little feelings left for me and let me reincarnate, that beat vanishing completely. I gritted through the pain and stood up. The two reapers exchanged a look. Next second, I got hit with another whip. That one split my soul open. I lost my voice completely. You seriously think you're allowed to say the name of the underworld queen? I don't care how you learned it. Keep your head down. It'll hurt a lot less. But what if he's telling the truth? Could that get us in trouble? Relax. The Taoist said this guy's off the books. His name isn't even in the book of life and death. Knowing the queen's name just means he's got some shady tricks. Stop being such a coward. He's not in the system. We got paid to do a job, so let's do it. Hurry up before something goes sideways. I immediately got it. They had to be working with the old Taoist that Xia Luowei hired. Soul Reapers pulling stunts like this? Unbelievable. And then I saw it. Those massive gates of hell towering above us, and my entire soul started shaking. Right then, a voice rang out from somewhere in the distance. Is this a new arrival? Have they been through the judgment process? The second I tried to make a sound, a Reaper shoved his hand over my mouth and dragged me to the side. Mustache guy even pulled out a pack of smokes, grinning like he was trying to butter someone up. Cut the act. I'm asking you a question. Did that little ghost go through the judgment process or not? Yeah, of course. We'd never skip protocol. You and White Lady are always swamped. Please, take a break when you get the chance. The fog was too thick. I couldn't make out Black Impermanence's face. Afraid I was running out of time, I bit down as hard as I could on the hand covering my mouth. The Reaper yelped and let go. I made a run for Black Impermanence, but got kicked straight to the ground. Then the Reaper planted his foot on my face. Sand flooded into my mouth. I couldn't spit it out, couldn't make a single sound. Luckily, the commotion caught Black Impermanence's attention. What's going on over there? Nothing. This little ghost is just being difficult, still trying to put up a fight even now. Nobody who ends up here is innocent. Handle it carefully. Every single one of these souls was rotten to the core in life. No screw-ups. Take them in. I watched Black Impermanence turn and disappear into the fog. That's when whatever hope I had left died with him. Mustache guy saw him off, then turned around and kicked me a few more times before going to town on me with his whip. By the time he was done, there wasn't a single undamaged spot left on my soul. He grabbed me by the chin and sneered, "You little punk, you almost ruined everything." Don't worry, once we're inside, I'll personally make sure you have a real good time. Then he tossed me in like a piece of trash, right into the first layer of hell. This layer was the 1,000-needle punishment. All I could see were torture devices lined up everywhere, and on every single one a soul was pinned down, covered in thousands of needles looking like a human pincushion. I sucked in a sharp breath and used the last bit of strength I had to squeeze out a full sentence. I actually know Yin Ruoxue. If she finds out what you're doing to me, she won't let this slide. That was mostly a bluff, obviously. Yin Ruoxue didn't care whether I lived or died. She was probably dead serious about never wanting to see me again. Otherwise, she wouldn't have given me an endless lifespan just to keep me wandering the living world, unable to age or die. She clearly just wanted to make sure I'd never show up in the underworld and get in her way. From the moment we walked through that gate, the two Reapers stopped worrying about me acting up. Mustache guy tapped my cheek and laughed like a jerk. Look at you living in a fantasy. You've been watching too many soap operas up there? Our underworld queen? You seriously think you're on her level? My face got smacked to the side and I felt sick to my stomach. I coughed up a mouthful of soul energy and could feel myself getting more and more transparent. I was strapped down to the torture rack. Mustache guy grinned and picked up the soul separation needles, each one as long as my forearm. You better hold on tight. There are still 17 more layers of hell waiting for you. We've got plenty of time. Once you're in here, it doesn't matter how tough you think you are, you'll break. He pulled out a needle and drove it straight at my thigh. The tip sank in half an inch, and the sharp, searing pain sent my whole body into uncontrollable tremors. Just then, a figure came sprinting toward us. Stop! The needle was yanked out. I caught my breath and forced my eyes open to look. It was the overseer of this layer of hell. I remembered his name, Biyun Shan. Back when Yin Ruoxue gave the order, he'd been standing right there beside her. Seeing him now, a tiny spark of hope lit back up inside me. I just prayed he still remembered who I was.